Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in less than 2 minutes, so let's see what happens. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get short here. It's looking like this one wants to go potentially to lows. So there's the break. Well, kind of a weaker break. See if it wants to go again. Well, I tried for a partial down at 28.41, but it snapped back on me. Clearly a lot of downwards pressure here though on this one. Go to 28.51 too. But yeah, I don't know if I caught it on video or not. Pretty sure the video was rolling, but try to get that partial down at the 41 area, and that was a fast move. So let's see if it wants to. I'm still feeling bearish on it, but yeah, that was definitely relatively disappointing that I wasn't able to get out where I thought I potentially could. So let's see if it wants to roll back over. I will go ahead and pause it for the time being. Thinking about maybe adding some here. I like that candle that just formed. Not the current candle, but the one previous to that. Like I said, I still do like the chances that this thing could potentially roll over. So I added 500 more at 28.86. Got some more up there at 28.97. So let's see what this thing wants to do. Getting somewhat of a drop there. All right, I will go ahead and pause for the time being. Going to go ahead and add some more up over 29. Like I said, overall, I'm still bearish on this one. Believe this to be a dead cat bounce. So let's see if it wants to roll back over. Or not. So if it breaks above 29.10, I will be entering with a loss, or exiting with the loss, I should say. Because this thing either needs to roll over here, or I got to admit that I was wrong, and I'm not going to let this thing grind against me with some sort of bounce. So we'll see what it wants to do. So let's see if it wants to pull back some. All right, I will go ahead and pause. 28.90, definitely that key break point. So there's the break. Oh, and that was pretty weak. That was a very weak break to the downside. Still want to give a little bit of opportunity here. But yeah, things are not looking so good, especially after that faulty break to the downside. If it breaks above 29 at this point, I'm out. Which is looking like it's probably going to do. I mean, really wish it would make up its mind at this point. And this will be a good trade regardless of the post. I mean, think back when I tried to go for that partial and it moved way too fast for me. Sometimes it happens. And then you saw the breakdown of 28.90 and it just turned out to be a totally faulty breakdown. So sometimes, you know, things just don't work out for you. And I'm fully planning on now and taking a loss here. I'd be shocked if this $29 mark does not fail. But I've also been wrong before, so I don't want to assume incorrectly. But yeah, just look at this range. All right, out. $770 loss. It is what it is. Let's move on and find something else. All right, I believe this thing wants to get up through 146. Would like for a little bit more confirmation here. There we go. So there's the break. See if I can get a partial up there at 146.25. Again, I'm at 146.45. Getting somewhat close. Took some off the table, are at 146.13. So 500 left. Didn't like the hesitation there. So I wanted to take some off the table. And let's see what this wants to do now with my remaining 500 shares. See if it wants to get the break up through the 146.25 mark. All right, I'm just going to move out, not acting the way it was. I was looking for more of a momentum trade, didn't quite work out, but 131, so let's see what else I can find. Quick update here on Uber. That's why sometimes it's smart, not sometimes, it's when you admit you're wrong and just got to get out, just get out, because look at this thing just now grinding higher and higher. So yes, that was a loss, but it's one of those losses that is now feeling better and better as this thing grinds higher. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get short here, 500 shares. Let's see, what is that? Put a stop loss up above 87. I'm thinking this thing's got a chance to get the breakdown through 161. So let's see if that can happen or not. But yeah, if it bounces up above the 85 mark, I'm going to have to wave the flag. But let's see if it can get down to 161. Trying to bounce up here a little bit. I mean, there's definitely downwards pressure on this one. It's just really a matter of, is there enough? There's the break. So I'm out for 200. Now I'm just going to follow this down. So it's not a matter of if I make money, but how much money do I make? So let's see, the high of that is... So I want to give myself plenty of wiggle room here. All right, well, now that it's down below there. So again, still want to give myself plenty of wiggle room, but I've locked in some. Still have the 300. I want to let this one work for me here. Let's see, that's is that up there? Just taking note. So 50 is kind of my eyeball number right now. Let's see if this downwards move wants to continue. What is that? 21. So that's where my stop loss is going to be now, is at 21. So now it's a winning trade no matter what. It's just a matter of how big is this win going to be. So my stop loss right now, right over there. So I'll say that again. I don't know how big this win's going to be because I have no idea how far down this move will take it. But as of right now, it's not if this is a winning trade, just how big of a winning trade will it be. So that's a good spot to be in. So yeah, let's see if we can now get the breakdown. It looks like 160.75 is going to be that key break point. So what is the high of that? 05. Well, now we're getting a little bit of a bounce back. So again, worst case, I'm still making money on those final 300 shares. Best case, it just rolls over and I make even more money on those 300 shares. And that's the idea here. Uh-oh, not looking so good here. But we'll see what it wants to do. Like I said, it's looking like 160.75 is going to be that key break point to get more movement to the downside. So if it can break on down through there, I'll adjust my stop loss at that point. But as of right now, things are not looking so good, and I'm out there. So $120 on that trade, but the key premise, as I said, was I had no idea how far down it could have gone. So it could have made more, but I decided to bounce back up. So only gave me 120, but let's see what else I can find. I have a 1,000 share order at 159.55 here on Roku on this pullback to go long. Not quite sure if it's going to work its way down. Let's try in. All right, at this point, need to go to 159.15. So 159.15, 1,000 shares. It's close. Nice, got it. So let's see what this one wants to do. Going for another 1,000 at 158.55. Pick up some down there also. So my average is at 159.01. So let's see if it can get up to 25. Whoops. And also 35. So looking for the bounce here. Got those at 25. All right, so all out there. $58.25, 1,000 shares. Let's try the process all over again. Excuse me, not 25, 158.15. There we go. So 158.15. Start that again. Going for 1,000 shares. We'll see if it can work its way down there. Have an order for 1,500 shares to go short at 160.15. See if we can get up through there. All right, I'll pause. Okay, I have an order at 160.35 for 1,500 shares. Okay, got those. Scatter a couple orders down there. So I got those at 20. See if it wants to give me those at 15. All right, I'm going to put a stop loss in here. So now it's not a matter of if I make money, but how much money am I going to make? So all out there for another profitable trade. So again, had it rolled back over, I could have made a whole lot more. But if this one wants to return back upwards, Let me just get my next order in. 75. Double checking. Yes, 160.75 is where I want my next order to be. So let's see if the price can get up there. Haven't ordered 11. Nice. I want to get an order down there at 25 also. So picked up some at 158.51. Next order at 158.25. See what it wants to do. All right, I will pause. Apologize, missed the. All right, I'm gonna stop talking for a second here. 157.85. 75. So I have 1,000 shares, average at 158.38. So I know for some of these trades, I started off with 1,500 shares. So from that point of view, think about it. I don't even have what I started off other trades with at 1,500 because I wanted to more so ease my way into these positions. So let's see what it wants to do here. I will pause. Okay, making a move down. Seeing if it wants to hit me. Picks them up there at 01. So let's see what this wants to do here. Have an order at 35. Not sure if it's going to get up there or not. Average is at 25. And sitting right up at that area. Let's see if we can push up through 30. It's trying. Again, 30 is that key break. There's the break. All right, filled me at 35, and then that quick pulled back. So again, it did take me out at 35, but it hit me, filled me, and then came right back to where it was. Okay, out there. I'm not going to play games with it. Don't like that candle at all. Possibility for it to roll back over. So like I said, not going to play any games with it. Well, I'm not going to lie. The voice of just make them epic trade so that you can say that, but look, I still close green, but that's just not going to happen. It's almost noontime, and I'm very familiar with when I make video voices that show up, and this voice is saying right now, Clay, just go big. That way you can say, hey, I started off with a losing trade, but now I'm green on the day, but that's just going to get me in trouble. So I'm going to wrap up the morning session and probably just, unless something crazy happens in the afternoon, I'm down 154. So with commissions, probably like right around 185 to 200, guessing on that ballpark. So it is what it is. That first one, Uber, it got me, was not fast enough to lock in that partial. And then from that point, it just didn't roll over, and it kept going up. But you know what? It happens. Nobody can be right all the time. And if anything, there's a lesson there that just, cut the losses when you're wrong, because as you saw, and actually it went up that much more, that loss could have been, well, now I see this. So it rolled back over. In hindsight, I should have held, because look at that pop right there. But that's just one of those situations where, yeah, just not the best morning. Long video, but I mean, if you're still with me right now, to almost 30 minutes in, thank you very much for hanging out for this long. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry that I didn't have a better video. But honestly, this is, I think, the videos that people need to see when things aren't quite going right. But honestly, with the way this is acting here, I'm going to go ahead and take another trade on it, because I don't think this thing has any sort of true strength behind it. Nice. So I'm at, what am I at? 600 shares at 158.60. Quite the spike here. Like I said, I'm not convinced this thing has any sort of actual genuine power behind it. Again, 600 shares, so nothing big. Average of 158.60. So let's see if this thing wants to crack down below. That green line right there is going to be a key break for it. I'll try for some more. So now I have 1,002. Scatter out a couple partials at 60 and then 55. Okay, I got those out. So let's see if we can get the break of 50. Whoops. See, this is what am I? Long at 69 here. So all out. So I did make money on that one. So now I'm down $88. But honestly, if this bounce wants to continue, I just don't think, I think this whole thing is relatively fake. Wow. Also, if you're still with me right now, I think this is a record video here. Well, if this bounce wants to continue up, and I will say this was not me forcing a trade. That was actually I feel very good about that one. I mean, that was just a crazy bounce and a big downtrend. Now, of course, in hindsight, I had all those long shares here, and I was right. Temporarily, it rolled back over, but then came skyrocketing back over. But yeah, these were definitely not me just forcing trades for the sake of it, because that was, like I said, an overextended move. Still might get the crack down through that area. My marker's not working. Yes, I want to exit. Try to reboot it. Just give me a second. All right, I had TDOC show up with this movement right here, and was waiting to see it consolidate out here, and I was looking to potentially buy a break of the 85, but as you see now, it's pulled back. So I'm definitely going to wrap things up. Like I said, if you're still here, I'm going on 32 minutes in, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And yeah, sometime losing days happen. So at this point, see, I'm down $88 with commissions. I don't know. Like I said, total, a broad guess, down around probably 125-ish on the day. So 125-ish, 135-ish, right around there. But red day. So it is what it is. Thanks for hanging out for this long. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit that like button, leave a comment. I mean, if you actually made it to the end, leave in the comment section, leave I made it. Just say I made it in the comment section, because I'm always curious who actually makes it to the end of these. So if you did, like I said, comment below, I made it. I appreciate it. And yeah, if you walk away with anything, just, sometimes you got to just take the loss. Sometimes losing mornings happen. It is what it is. But yeah, I'll see you back for the next live trade video. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.